Assalamu alaikum, my dear student. Today our topic is force on a test charge Q by a number of many point charges. Means we observe the force by on test charges by a number of many point charges. Means many point charges attract or repel test charges, then we observe the force between them. Mean test charge mean detect the force of the electric field, and point charge means non-zero charge. For example, means understand from these numericals, this is a test charge. We always take test charge positive, but we take point charge or source charge may be positive and negative, but we take here the test charge q capitals, and this is a point charges q1 q2 q3 q4 and so on q8. We observe the force between them. Means first to observe force on q1, uh, observe on q test charge is due to q1. First observe the force on test charge q due to q1. For example, we know that what is the coulomb force is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught. K is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught. We use here k. We use here k, and then we observe the force on test charge due to q1s. Means this is q and q1, the attractions and repulsion, the maybe attraction and repulsion if we considered q negative or positives, and r divided by r squares, 1 or 1 squares. R is a separated distance between them. Okay, we only considered force for Q1, and then for Q2, what is the attraction or repulsion on test charge Q, and R2 is a separated distance between them. K is electrostatic constant, and Q2 divided by R2 squares, and then observe force on Q2, and test charge Q is equal to K Q R3 and Q3 R3 squares, and then we divide. Then we observe on Q8 and test charge Q. Then we adding these forces in this way. For example, F is equal to F1, F2, F3 and so on. Okay, we write our values, use hairs, and we obtain this, and after adding we taking common k and q. Mean this is same in all values, this is same in all values. K q common, then we know q1 over r1 squares, q2 r over r2 squares, q3 over R3 squared, and so on the value of Q8. We adding these value in three ways. For example, we all these value add, and second we adding value in integral form, and third we adding these value in sigma forms, and here we adding in sigma forms. F is equal to KQ, and sigma I is equal to 1 to n terms, mean total terms n, and then is use qi and ri squares. Means if we use replacing I with 1, use here 1, then we again use I2 and use, and then series form convert q2, then use I3 and use q3, and so on. We adding in sigma forms here, and we also write q over 4 pi epsilon naught. We use value of k here, and this is equal to I n q I, and this means we obtains many point charges, and we observe force. Means If we have only one test charges and many number of point charges, then we observe force between them in sigma forms. Okay, understand?